Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Puan Jana. My name is Ahmad Wahabi. My card matrix is 14DM 19F1025. Today I will explain about the case study. Our topic is green engineering. So I will explain about the introduction and the part 1, engineering management in society. So, introduction. Sustainability is no longer a buzzword, but reality that should be considered in all sectors of society. It is a concern that has grown out of wider recognition that rising population and economic development are threatening a progressive degradation of the earth resource. It is a cornerstone by humans to live decently within their own concept of welfare, with respect for others without compromising the ecosystem and social and cultural norms. The pursuit of sustainable development puts the construction industry in the forefront for both globally and nationally as one of the most significant contributors to the depletion of natural resources. Part 1, Engineering Management in Society. Industrial Building System (IBS) in Malaysia. Industrial Building System or IBS is a term used in Malaysia to denote a construction technique whereby components are manufactured in a controlled environment on-site or off-site and then placed and assembly into a construction works. IBS is known worldwide by other terms such as off-site construction technique in the US construction industry, modern method of construction in the UK, off-site manufacturing in Australia, as well as the UK construction industry. The importance of IBS is highlighted under strategic transfer, innovated through R&D to adopt a new construction method in the construction industry master plan 2006 to 2015, which has been published as a means to chart the future direction of the Malaysian construction industry. CIDB also published in 2003 a roadmap to guide the practitioner and decision makers in IBS implementation in Malaysia. What is industrial building system (IBS)? A building system is usually defined as a set of iterative elements that act together to enable the designated performance of a building. It may also include various procedures, technological and managerial, for the production and assembling of this element for this purpose. Green Technology and Sustainable Agenda. In February 2010, the CIDB together with industry stakeholders met to strategize about green technology and the sustainable agenda. The aim is to formalize the strategic direction in green construction and sustainability. The focus areas which have been identified as priorities requiring urgent action are formulation of green technology roadmap for the construction industry, establishing an eco-labeling task force, standardization of provision and legislation on green technology, and lastly, education and awareness. And that's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Akmal Hakim Fairuz. My matric card ID number is 14DM19F1027. Okay, today I will explain about our case study titled Green Engineering. Okay, my part 2, Professional Bodies in Engineering. Formation of the Malaysia Green Building Council start in May 2007 when a group consulted academia and representative from the building industry met to initiate a non-profit making organisation to promote sustainable building in Malaysia. This group, with increased participants, met several times during 2007 and 2008, and official registration of the Malaysia Green Building Council was initiated. The Code of Professional Conduct for Green Engineering Field in Malaysia (BEM) first, Professional Engineering with Practicing Certificate. Second, Professional Engineer. Third, Graduate Engineer. Fourth, Engineering Technologies. 5, Inspector of Work.
Good morning, one. My name is Uday Kumar Alani Manoharan from class 10-4A, section 1. My matrix card number is 14DEM19F1015. Alright, now let's talk about the first one, which is green construction movement. Alright, the vast majority of the conventional design and construct building that prevail today fortify their negativity impact on the environment as well on the occupant health and productivity. Second, reducing the negativity impact on our environment by establishing new environmental friendly goals and adopting guidelines that facilitate the development of green and sustainability building has become a priority of our generation. And third one is green construction is considered as environmental friendly as it is usable, sustainable, location appropriate building material and employ building technique that reduce energy consumption. Indeed, the primary objective of the sustainability design and construction is to avoid depletion and essential resources such as energy, water, and raw material is to avoid depletion, environmental degradation. Then lastly, sustainability also place highly priority on health, which is partly why green building is also comfortable and safe place to live and to work. Alright, next is when I talk about the good environmental practice in the construction industry. Okay, what's good? Number one is the development of the strategic and programs in a good environment practice. And what's good? Number two is the prevention and control of soil erosion and sedimentation in construction. And what's good? Number three is a good environmental practice in stormwater management. And what's good? Number four is a accreditation scheme for environmental management system for contractor, which is DIY. And what's good? Number five is a guideline on environmental management system for construction industry. And what's good? Number six is guideline and management of construction waste material. So these are the green construction trends which is trending in Malaysia. Okay, under TC9, CIDB published strategic recommendation for improving environmental practice in construction industry, which highlighted in strategy required to move the Malaysian construction industry forward. A strategy which is adopted all by players. So the recommendations are summarized as follows, which is strengthening the development approval process. Second, enhancing law and enforcement. Third, promoting self-regulation, reflecting the best regulatory practice which are necessary to achieve sustainability construction in future. And lastly, number four, increasing capacity and public awareness and addressing the knowledge gap. Alright, next we want to talk about the Construction Industry Master Plan. So, in June 2006, the Construction Industry Master Plan 2006 till the 2005 CIMP was distributed the graph, the route forward for Malaysian development. The CIMP recognized that the interest for natural supportability is important to accomplish and support monetary development and social turns of events. The following milestones have been highlighted under the roadmap to be achieved in 2015. First is foster a quality and climate agreeable culture and to build client interest in the worldwide development climate. Second, encourage the outer accreditation in quality and ecologically administration. Third, promote environmental friendly practice. And finally, number four, green building material derive a guarantee that sway exercise can give to spike the economy and social advantages on the loose. Alright, next I want to talk about the IBS potential toward the sustainability. IBS application offer the benefits to adopter in terms of cost and time certainly, attaining better construction quality and productivity and reduced risk related to the occupational safety and health. First is IBS and CO2 emissions. Some new goals propose that the measure of natural effect of the material transportation exercise represent 33% of the all-out ecology effects on the whole development measure. IBS offer another advantages, and that is capacity to arrange the enormous amounts along these lines, decreasing the quantity of execution to be taken. Regardless of this lacking advantages, it is significant that a point-by-point material transportation and coordination plan to be set up. Okay, next is IBS and energy efficiency. A pre-manufactured innovation like structural insult panel, which is CIPF, is structural insulated panels. Offer incredible potential as far as the creation of more energy proficient structure. Be that as it may, its fitting, cycle, control, arranging, and are not carry out these potential advantages could be lost because of costly on location gathering measure. Thusly, it is significant that the approach of new innovation ought to be joined by legitimate cycle plan for a location gathering. And for the third one is IBS waste. IBS and waste, which is IBS as customarily be known as limited squander, which is capacity to reuse material from one module or item in another, and that is manageability plan is to upheld through its utilization. Be that as it may, a few arranging viewpoint both as far as material administration and creation is executes must be checked to accomplish the waste minimization benefits guaranteed by IBS. Okay, for the last one is IBS and controlled production environment. IBS offer a controlled assembling climate with the capacity to arrive at troublesome niches and corners, which are frequently unavailable in customary in situ development. With this accessibility of creation and apparatus and lasting dance and installation, it is simpler and to control the workmanship, guaranteeing a more tight development, bringing about the parcel lesser energy misfortune because it is spirit, which is warm spirit. Okay, another one is about economic aspect. Let's talk about the economic aspect, which is in Malaysia, the development business has assumed a significant part in creating abundance. Constant development in GDP has had an impact in advancement of social and financial foundation and structure. All the while, the business additionally give open position to practically 1.30 million individually, which attends 8% of the absolute labor force, which is CIDM DB in 2006. IBS has few abilities that can expand these commitments. First is cost saving. IBS part take the into consideration. Today's user promotes extensive expenses investment funds just to work cost investment funds as IBS relieve more upon machines to create segment. Second one is optimization of material used. The use of hardware during the manufacture of the IBS segment prompts exact and precise creation, bringing about decreased material waste. What's more, the decrease the development the squander uses normalized segment and less inside works, accordingly giving a cleaner sites because of lesser development squanders. And third one is about high quality and better finish. Control and expectationally tasteful final result through the cycle of control pre-manufacture and improvement on establishment has kept up and guarantee the nature of work in a development business. All in all, IBS part of the greater and better outcomes as they give fantastic determination of the material, trend-setting innovation and server quality affirmation control. And the lastly is lesser construction time. Less time is needed to precast component at the manufacturing plants and work establishment and erection of IBS segment is done nearby. This prompts prior building inhabitants which lessen interest installment. Alright, last but not least, I want to talk about the development business in Malaysia has been delayed to be receive IBS for a few reasons. Okay, the first reason is wide swing in lodging interest. High loan fees and modest work costs make it hard to legitimize enormous capital speculations. Project workers like to utilize a work escalator regular structure framework since it's far simpler to lay out of specialists during slack period. Second, pre-assembled development framework require exact development. Our workforce actually needs a talent specialist. Numerous unfamiliar talent specialists left the country after the boundless cracked on the illicit and unfamiliar laborers from July to September in 2002. The new cluster of unfamiliar specialists do not have the necessary abilities and must be retrained. And for the third one is the development industry is divided different and include numerous gatherings. Agreement is needed in the utilization of IBS during the arranging stage. Nonetheless, priorities workers for higher design actually need logically data about the monetary advantages of IBS. And for the third one is lack of R&D in a space of novel structure framework that utilization neighborhood material. Most of the IBS in Malaysia are imported from the created nation, in this way driving up the development cost. Designing course in neighborhood college only sometimes encourage IBS plans and development. And for the fourth one is the financial advantage of the IBS are not all around recorded in Malaysia. Past experience indicates that the IBS is more costly because the savage contest of the from customary structure frameworks. Moreover, modules unfamiliar specialists are leaving Malaysia. Number 5, the utilization of the IBS in Japan and Sweden was so fruitful because the superior grade and high efficiency. However, in Malaysia, the situation is unique as most undertaking development with IBS were bad quality and high development costs. And for the last one is the lack of the motivated and government advance in the utilization of IBS, with the end goal of that numerous modules and specialists are yet unconscious of the fundamental component of IBS like measured co-appointments.
Okay, last but not least, conclusion. This case study review the construction industry and the ability of the Malaysian construction industry to adopt the agenda of sustainability and going green. The study underlined off-site construction or industrial building system (IBS) as a vital pillar in helping the government attain sustainable development when there is a need to balance economic growth, social expansion and environmental protection. Based on the review, unique characteristics of IBS have the potential to respond well to the sustainability challenge facing the construction industry. IBS application offer benefit to adapters in the terms of cost and time certainty, attaining better construction quality and productivity, reducing risks related to occupational safety and health, alleviating issues concerning skilled workers and dependency on manual foreign labor, and achieving the ultimate goal of reducing overall construction costs. Okay. In addition, migration to a sustainable mentality requires a lot of change in attitude, innovation, creativity, research, and support from many stakeholders. The construction industry must change its traditional approach to building with little concern for environmental impact to a new mode that make environmental concern a centerpiece of its effort. However, old habits die hard, but to achieve this goal it is necessary to first achieve an in-depth understanding of green technology as a solution and economic driver, change mindset, attitude and habit of expert and lay public. Third, encourage local inventor and innovator. Fourth, increase R&D effort. Alright, that's all.
And finally, these are the reference from books and from internet that can be searched. Alright, Puan, thank you very much. That's all from me.